Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we have got some exciting fun news to share. One, we have our Summerific and all perennial hibiscus are buy one get one free here at the garden center. They are 3 gallons. Next, we have a brand new Hoselink product to share with you. You are absolutely going to be blown away with this new product. We also have perfect annuals for your late summer garden. Yes, you can still be adding annuals to that late summer garden. Also, for our online folks, we have got a sale this week. You're not going to want to miss these. Perennials can go in the garden right now. And of course, we're already thinking about fall. So come with us as we go through and explore things that you can be doing right now in your garden to prepare for a beautiful fall. My friends, it is great time to go ahead and plant your perennial hibiscus. Of course, we have talked about the Summerific hibiscus for a very long time. Not only do we have Summerific hibiscus from our friends at Proven Winners, we also have some great perennial hibiscus from our friends at Walter's Gardens. They are amazing. And yes, this is one of those plants that you absolutely can plant in the heat and humidity of August, even here in the Southeast. So here at the garden center only, we have our 3-gallon hibiscus that are buy one get one free. There's not an end date to this. It is while supplies last. Edge of night. I mean, look at this. Absolutely stunning. Near black foliage. Like, this pink is a fluorescent pink. It absolutely glows. I have Edge of Night up at the terrace garden on Hydrangea Hill. She is in full bloom and absolutely beautiful. Now, we did get some good rain yesterday afternoon. So if the things look a little soggy, that's just because we finally got some great rain. So perennial hibiscus, where are you going to put them? Why do you need this in your garden? So first of all, they are a perennial. I know they look like a shrub, but they're not a shrub. They are a perennial because they will die completely down to the ground come the first hard freeze. So completely die down. You can cut them to the ground here in the Southeast in the wintertime and they'll be fine. So all of this growth that you see now is new growth from this year. They love at least a minimum of 5 hours of sun. So a minimum to 5 hours to literally all day sun up to sun down. They are water hogs. They love water. So if you have a sunny, wet area, this is the perennial for you. If you have an area that's in the sun, that's on irrigation, great. Because I was having somebody on social media said, my perennial hibiscus, they wilt every afternoon. They're going to do that if they're dry. So you need to get them in a spot that has a good water source to it. Depending on the hibiscus, some of them have this beautiful like green foliage. This particular one is the Candy Crush. It's a beautiful pink flower. You can see the back of it at least. Then we have got Lilac Crush, which is one of the newer ones. A beautiful, nice lilac color. It will also kind of take on some blue hues throughout the season. So we've got those. You've got reds. Like I said, you've got the Edge of Night with the black. This is the Cherry Chocolate here. And then you also, same thing here. So with your perennial hibiscus, they are going to have a bloom that lasts for 1 day. So like this was yesterday's bloom, and this is going to be tomorrow's bloom. So as long as you give them a good source of water, then they are going to last the entire growing season, and they're going to just keep on blooming. So here at the garden center, buy one get one free, 3-gallon size container. While supplies last. Now, and it's as we walk past, you'll see we have a customer that is taking advantage of this sale. So they got one of my absolute favorites. I have this at the at the chicken coop. This is the Starry Night. So this is an example of one that is from Walter's Gardens. Look at that massive bloom. It is huge on that near black foliage. So they got that one. And then they got the Evening Rose. And Evening Rose, same thing, dark foliage, really bright flower, is the one that we have up in the display bed right in front of the garden center. Now, all right, moving on. Hoselink, our friends at Hoselink, they have got a brand new hose reel that is available on their website now. We will have a link for you in the video description, so make sure you click on that link. That is our affiliate link, so we will get a small little portion. We would appreciate that if you would use that. But this Hoselink is called Evolve because they have been working on this hose reel for quite a while. So what is the difference between this hose reel and the other hose reels? Well, first of all, they've kind of redesigned it. So if you have a current hose reel from Hoselink, you'll notice that the mounting is a little bit different. So instead of having to pick the entire unit all the way up and then slide it down, it kind of not really snaps, but Jerry said it was a whole lot easier to put it in because you don't have to lift it all the way up and then lay it down. Plus, it has kind of an automatic stop. So if you'll notice right here, when I go ahead and close this, it does not hit the post, it stops beforehand. So that's just something little. Now, the great thing about it is, if you've ever had an issue with your Hoselink, let's just say, for instance, that you left the hose all the way out and your husband or your child or somebody your dog came through and either chewed on it or mowed the grass and chewed up your hose, you would have to completely replace the entire unit. No longer, my friends, because these parts are replaceable, including the entire hose. They have set it up that you can take this apart, order just a hose, put it back in, so that it has completely replaceable parts to it. Yay, we love that. So it's a major cost savings if something goes wrong and you have to replace a part. So easy to do that. Also, it comes with a 5-year warranty. That is right, 5-year warranty on this product. Automatically. Doesn't cost extra, it just automatically comes with it. So this Evolve, it also has a high water pressure. Jerry he can be because of being a grower, he can be a bit of a snob on water pressure, but that is really great water pressure compared to the 82-foot one that we had here previously. Of course, you can still get it in the charcoal or the beige, so very cool about this new Evolve. So what do you get when you order the new Hoselink Evolve? First of all, we have the 90-foot, this is the high flow, so there you're going to get lots of good pressure with your Hoselink. So of course, you get the Hoselink itself. You also get the nozzle. So this is an 8-way. I love it. Personally, I use the shower, but you can easily just flip it anytime you need to. When I fill up my aqua pots, I'll either use the jet or the full, and so you get all 8 different kind of ways that you can spray your water out. So of course you get this. Of course you get the mounting bracket. You get your 6-foot liter hose, so that way you can connect it to whatever water system you need to. So you've got everything that is included, the screws, like literally everything is included for you with this new Evolve. Also, what makes this Evolve different than the traditional? Like, why would you want this? Well, we put this one here because our garden center staff uses this multiple times a day, and this has been tested for 10,000 retractions. That means that you could use this once every day for 25 years, and it is going to work. Also in the rollers, so when you pull it out, your traditional Hoselink has a 2-roller system. This has a 4-roller system, so it retracts super easy and super fast. So if you want to get one of the new Evolve Hoselinks, click on the link, go through the whole process, get yours, order it either in the charcoal or the beige, and then all orders over, I think it's like $90, shipped for free. So it gets shipped free to you directly from Hoselink. So very excited about this. Our staff is very excited about this as well. All right, so now let's move into the garden center and talk about those annuals that are going to be perfect for your late summer garden. Because y'all, like I said, I think it was in yesterday's video or the last video we did, I know it's August, but I just still have to be planting. Like, for some reason, I guess it's in my DNA, I feel like I have to constantly be in the garden. I want to be in the garden, right, and planting. So what can you plant for those late summer annuals? Well, what we have done is a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, we are practicing what we preach, my friends. We have told you over and over again that these grande containers are perfect. Yes, they look a little ratty right now, but if you put them in a bigger pot or the landscape, they're going to explode. So that is what we did. We took grande containers. So for example, this is your apple brandy. I believe this is apple brandy coleus. Yes, apple brandy coleus. We cut it back and we put it in a gallon size container. So look how much this thing has grown. The roots are very happy and coming out. These are great containers and plants to go ahead and either refresh a container, because let's just be honest, I have got containers at my house that are looking sad because it just went through a whole growing season basically, and they need some help. Look at this beautiful vermillionaire. Y'all, the hummingbirds are gonna stay here until like October, and so they need lots of food. The vermillionaire, beautiful gallon-sized containers. Think about the fall. Some of you are like, yes, let's think about the fall. And some of you are like, I don't want to, I love summer. Well, either way, fall is going to come. So let's make our garden ready for the fall with these beautiful colors. So you've got your coleus, whether it's the apple brandy or the ridiculous. You have got, look, Senorita Blanca Cleome. I can show you some in grandes. They look sad, but if you move them up and let their roots grow, look how beautiful. She's getting ready to be a huge flush of flowers. Butterflies love this plant. So these are great examples. Salvia, look at the new unplugged red, huge. These were all grandes, y'all. We didn't put two grandes together. We just left them by themselves, but just gave them room to grow. So these would be great ones to add. But yes, we still do have some grandes available, like your portulaca. Promise you, you put this in the ground now or a container, it is going to explode and be happy. Same thing with your evolvulus. So we did it with the superbenas. So we've got some verbena, whether you like the sparkling rosé. For fall, the sweet romance would be a perfect one, that nice deep, deep red. We did the plum dandy, which is a great accent plant, just shearing it back, giving it more room to grow. The day glow dahlias, those bright orange, yellow. You've got the unplugged pink salvia, beautiful growth on this. The unplugged white, look, we've got pollinators all over it. And so we did more coleus. These are all great examples of adding them to a bigger container or the landscape. Your annual grasses, we have got fireworks here. These are all going to be great for those fall gardens. They are going to go and grow all the way through a hard frost. I'm going to be refreshing some of my containers just because we did a ton of traveling in July, and then the crazy heat that we had, they took a hit. They need some love, and so we're going to be refreshing some of those as we go through. Now, your caladiums, whether you want them for the shade like Vava Violet, this is a great one for the shade, or you want something more for the sun like Hot to Trot, you can go ahead and add them. Y'all, they're literally going to explode while you watch them. They are going to grow. They go indefinitely until that hard freeze, the heat and humidity, they thrive in that. So we've got tons of different caladiums for you to choose from, and they're currently 50% off. So all the caladiums are 50% off. You can get this, like this one is Heart's Delight. You can get this one for $8. So that is a great deal. As most gardeners know, the later you go into the season, you're going to get some sales. So lots of different options for our annuals here at the Garden Center. So come and check those out. I think, let's see, which one was the next one? The online sales? Online sales. All right. So my online people, I don't have any summerific or perennial hibiscus for you because we've sold out. So I can't do a buy one, get one free on that. But what I can do is buy one, let's see, 50% off. So I guess it could be buy one, get one, but we're just gonna do it as 50% off. 6 in one, half dozen of the other. You do not need a coupon code, it's already taken care of. So our perennial grasses that we have online, these are in quarts. you have got, first of all, you may notice, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. They have been trimmed, right? Because, my sweet friends, let's talk about this. When you're buying a perennial and a shrub, essentially what you're buying is not the top part. We want that to look pretty, right? But essentially what you're buying is the great root system, because even if we go ahead and trim these grasses, because y'all, they were so tall they wouldn't fit in the box, we had to trim them. They're already starting to regrow, but yes, they have been pruned, but you're concerned about the root system. For example, this is Niagara Falls, which is really like one of my absolute favorite perennial grasses. Let me show you what it looks like in a gallon. Hold on one second. All right, y'all, this is what you're going to get. This probably this time next year, unless you have a crazy long growing season, then you may get this year. This is Niagara Falls. It is a beautiful blue grass. You can see it does the fun little plumes. This is what I have in the berm. It will get 4 feet tall, 4 feet wide. Very thick, but very upright habit to it. It does not flop. So this is a beautiful perennial grass. It is a panicum, and so they do really well here in the southeast. It is hardy in zones at 4 to 9. So basically almost the entire country. So we have got Niagara Falls. Next, we have got Apache Rose. So Apache Rose is also going to be an upright. It too is a panicum, but it's going to be more of a green foliage. And then, as its name suggests, rose, the plumes are going to have a pink hue to them. I have this in the Emperor 1 bed. It is going to be, still should be hardy in zones, 4 to 9. Going to be in that 4 foot tall range as well. So if you don't want the blue foliage with kind of that creamy plume and you want green with pink, Apache Rose is going to be a great one. You're like, well, those are great, but I need something a little shorter. All right, well, look at that Cheyenne Sky. So Cheyenne Sky, another panicum, it is going to take on those red hues. So not only is the foliage going to have some burgundy in it, but also your plumes are going to have that reddish hue. So that Cheyenne Sky, you're going to get those great fall colors in this, and this is going to be about 3 feet tall. So about a good foot shorter than your other two. All of these are going to be full sun, so a minimum of 6 hours, otherwise they're going to get floppy and you're not going to get that rich color and that strong habit on it. So you say, well, Jenny, I need something for the shade. Well, all right, I got you then. So this is a Carex. This is Blue Zinger. And Blue Zinger, I have this, y'all, I love perennial grasses. I have this at the chicken coop in a pot that I will leave out all winter. I did last year, it did great. Blue Zinger is a Carex, so it's going to be an evergreen. So even in the winter, you're going to have this foliage. It's going to be a little bit shorter and a little bit more flowy. It's not going to be floppy. Its habit is to come up and trail over some. So your Blue Zinger is hardy in zones of 4 to 9 as well, 10 to 12 inches tall and about a foot wide. So again, you're going to get height and then it's going to flow over. It makes a beautiful display in a pot like I have in the chicken coop gardens. Shade, evergreen, love it. So these 4 perennial grasses are all already marked 50% off online, so you can take advantage of that online. Now, I think we're ready to go down to the shrub lot and talk about what you can do to get ready for your fall garden. Because maybe you're like, well, Jenny, I hear you, it's great, you want to be in the garden, yay for you, but it's just too hot for me and I'm going to stay inside until it cools down. All right, so that's fine. Let's go talk about what you can do for your fall garden to make it fantastic. Y'all, before we know it, fall is going to be here, I promise. So if you are in the southeast, I would say zones 7 and warmer, the fall is a perfect time to plant your shrubs, those perennials, right? Because why? Why do we plant in the fall? We plant in the fall because finally the heat and the humidity, the oppressive heat and humidity has begun to subside. We get more consistent rain. Those temperatures, outside temperatures are cooling down, but yet the ground is still very, very warm. And here in the south, our ground does not freeze. If it does, it's just like the top, inch or so, and that is extremely rare. So it is a great time to plant because what happens is the beautiful roots of this jazz hands variegated loropetalum, those roots are growing. They're getting really strong, really acclimated to their new home. That way, when the heat of the next summer hits, they don't miss a beat. They can handle that heat and humidity. So this is why we love planting on the fall. It's easier on the plant. It's easier on you because you're not having to be out there every single day, sometimes twice a day, watering these plants. So let's talk about some plants that you may want to add to your garden this fall. If you're not ready to go ahead and actually plant right now, probably wouldn't recommend it in August. It is a great time to plan. We've got customers here right now that are planting their garden. Jerry and I were sitting on the front porch this morning looking at our boxwoods. We're thinking about go ahead and pulling them out because they have kind of outlived. They're at the end of their lifespan. Let's pull them out this fall. Let's redo this bed. So we're beginning to think about the design. What plants do we want to put in there? We're beginning that thought process. So come to the garden center on this great, cool, cloudy days that we're now experiencing and think about it. So Jazz Hands Variegated, the Loropetalums. Loropetalums are iconic with the South because they do such a great job here. They handle the heat, humidity. They are evergreen. But what's so fun about the variegated is look at all of these cool colors on this. Jazz Hands Variegated, the new foliage is going to be that cream, that purple, that pink. As it matures, it will go to green and cream. It has a really fun kind of look to it and habit. I'm trying to find a tag to tell me my size. These are going to be for the full sun. So Jerry says 4 feet, 4 to 6 tall, 4 feet wide. Hardy in zones 7B to 9. Of course, your Loropetalums are also called Chinese fringe flowers because they'll put on cute little fringy flowers in the late winter. If that color is just too much for you, then Cerise Charm might be a good option for you. So Cerise Charm has more of that darker foliage to it. This one is going to be 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide. Now, I do want you to notice too, when you're looking at this Loropetalum up close, it has some really nice deep purple leaves on it, but it also has some green. So we're always learning, we're always finding out new information. Talking with a good friend, Jim Putnam, right? If you know Jim, he is an absolute wealth of information. We were talking and he was saying that if you notice your Loropetalums, any of your purple foliage plants, in the heat of the summer, they start to lose their purple dark colors and revert to green. This is simply because of the high temperatures that we're experiencing in the summer. The plant cannot produce the sugars to turn the leaves that deep purple. As soon as the temperatures return cool, that color will return. So for me, it made perfect sense with my red buds. I've got a couple of red buds that have deep dark foliage, and then when it gets super hot, they turn a little bit more on the green side. Same thing with your Loropetalums. So don't worry, that color will return once the temperatures go down. Your barberries. Barberries are going to be deciduous, so they're going to lose their leaves in the wintertime. Of course, the barberries are a great shrub if you have deer pressure. Because they do have thorns, this is a shrub that you're not going to go through and run your hands through. You're not going to want to do that. But if you are looking for a beautiful color, whether it's the gold, Sunjoy Gold Pillar that has that chartreuse color, if you want to have the oranges and the reds of Orange Rocket that has that more upright habit, both of these do, then that is a great option for you. And then we have the Sunjoy Citrus that is going to be a little bit more compact and round as opposed to being an upright habit to it. So these are great for your people that have deer issues because they are, as Proven Winter says, all of their barberries are in that deer-proof line. So these are shrubs that can withstand the deer pressure. If you're looking for a really fun, like upright evergreen, like I did, I added 2 of these to the new garden at the house. This is the very cool. This is Roman Candle. This is a podocarpus. It is going to be 10 to 15 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide. It has that beautiful variegation to it. You need full sun to part shade. It is going to be a little bit of a slower grower, so it's going to take some time to get there. Remember with your shrubs, a lot of times we say the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and the third year they leap. So you got to be a little patient. I am being patient with my Roman candles, but once they get established and they're happy, they are going to start growing. So a very cool upright habit on this. If you were looking for something maybe on the side of your house, that's a nice evergreen, then that's a great option for you. Before we know it, it is going to be camellia season. These are the Just Chill red tips from Proven Winners. These camellias are going to act like sasanquas. They're going to bloom in the fall. They're called Just Chill Red Tip because your new foliage is a beautiful kind of a reddish burgundy color. So there's nothing wrong with them. That is the new color to it. These are going to be in that full sun. Right now they are in full sun, so full to part sun. Of course, we love Sunshine Ligustrums because they bring that nice chartreuse color. We have the new Gen Boxwoods. We have those available here. The Distilliums, these are great. All of these are evergreens, right? Everything that I'm showing you right now are all going to be beautiful evergreens. Distillium, this is the Swing Low. So Swing Low, as its name suggests, is going to be wider than it is tall, 2 to 3 feet tall, 4 to 6 feet wide. It too is deer resistant. Can do that full sun, has that kind of that bluish hue to it, lovely. If you want to do some conifers, we have got, this is from First Editions, this is Lemon Burst. So you can see that even being out here in the full sun, which has been out here for quite a while, it is not burning. So it has a nice soft habit to it, so you can easily put your hands on it. It's not prickly, so you've got that. And then of course the North Poles. We love North Poles, are that great arborvitae. We have them in the privacy berm, very nice and slender but upright. I think they're going to be like, what is it, 10 to 15 feet tall, 3 to 5 wide. Ours are doing great here in our North Carolina garden. So you've got those. And then of course, the azaleas. So these are all the Perfecto Mundos from Proven Winners. These are those repeat blooming azaleas. They bloom 3 times a year. My gosh, they are happy, they are healthy. Really for us, I have found that they have the strongest bloom season in the spring and the fall. They will do a little bit in the summer. As you can see, your double pink is putting on some flowers right now. But most of the time, the strong display is the spring and the fall. These are going to be full sun, and they come in a range of colors. Whether you want, we've got white, we've got the double pink, we've got orange, we have got the double purple, lots of different options for you, but a great evergreen, of course, that is iconic with the South. So if you need help designing a flower bed that you're going to be redoing, come see us. You can stop by. If it's a small project, no problem, just come by. We will help you, look at it, plan it, help you pick out the plants, and send you on your merry way. But now is a great time to be looking at those projects that you want to be doing in the fall, because when the temperature changes, that's go time. In fact, Jerry and I were talking about, we're going to start probably the construction process of like removing and prepping the beds in this month of August. That way when September comes, we can get the plants in the ground. They still have some warm months to get those roots really going and really established before, like the cold of January. And when I say the cold of January in North Carolina, y'all know how relative the cold is in North Carolina. So that way when the heat of the summer comes on next year, this time next year, they're going to be as happy can be and just growing. So lots of fun things going on here at the nursery, even in August. So come see us. As always, we hope you have found this fun, informative, inspirational. If you have, please like and subscribe. That way you don't miss those 5 videos that we do each and every week. Y'all have an amazing day. Take advantage of those sales, my friends. Work smarter, not harder, right? Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.